2,500 years ago, Buddha Shakyamuni led his disciples to preach and cultivate in monastery Jetavana of Sarasvati. One day, when it was early at night, the Buddha emitted golden light all over, illuminating the whole Sarasvati. One 1,000 Bodhisattvas attend the Dharma assembly. The first Bodhisattva is Karakuchanda, and the last is Rudita Buddha. World Honored One, you indicate that Ajita would be the Buddha following you. Yet this Stavaya is ordinary. Are you human being or not? Where will he be born after his present life? He is a monk, but he does not practice samatha and has many worries. And in Vyakarana, he is bound. Well then, which territory will be born after his present life? Now I should teach the main to you. The Maitreya Bodhisattva will fulfill Buddha's prediction. Achieve the fruit of Buddhahood. You should listen carefully and think carefully. After 12 years from now, Bodhisattva Maitreya will be gone and reincarnated into Tusita. At that time, there will be numerous gods in Tusita heaven, building many palaces to support the Bodhisattva Maitreya who will fill the position of Bodhisattva in his lifetime. We sacrifice invaluable celestial crown with jewels to offer this Maitreya Bodhisattva, vowing to pray to Buddha. He will reap fruits of enlightenment in his following life. If we attain Vikarana in the future Maitreya land, please let the crown transform into various supporting implements. Which will be built by the 7 treasure walls. radiating splendidly brilliant auras. Immortal trees and goddesses will appear among the lights and play music of Supreme Dharma. The glittering fruits on the trees will also be murmuring the Buddhist law. There will be many dragon kings surrounding the wall of the palace, who will deliver immortal trees to decorate the walls, with the breeze whispering. The trees will be singing the songs about unsatisfactory, empty, impermanent, and non-self truth. Please let beads surge out of my forehead, and my blessings in virtue of sufficient to build the hall of wonderful Dharma for Sutra preaching. As soon as Buddhist guardian Bodhisattva vows, colorful beads appear on the forehead. Subsequently, lights and beads turn into a 49-story fair palace. Whose railings are made from countless mani gems. Immeasurable gods and goddesses arise among the railings, holding numerous lotuses of 7 jewels. Each lotus emits immeasurable brightness. Goddesses dance and sing the teachings of the 10 positive actions and 4 great vows. Hearing celestial beings determined to pursue supreme Buddha fruits. In the mani placed 8 colored barreled channels decorated with jewels. is flowing with 8 virtuous and flavored water. Which surrounds the beams and rafters, and turns into 4 water blooms outside the palace. Dancing goddesses float upon the blooms, as fair and decorous as Bodhisattva. They hold precious implements filled with celestial amrita in their hands, adorned with various treasures on their left shoulders, and having musical instruments on their right shoulders, and constantly extol Sataparamita of Bodhisattvas. If anyone attained rebirth at Tusita heaven, he would certainly be waited upon by these goddesses. There, in the Mani Palace, exists a lion throne decorated with golden treasures. Four lotuses shine 10 billions of light from each other. And these dedicate brightness, bath pool. Kings and goddesses there offer various fantastic flowers and treasures to decorate the canopy stately and nicely. At corners of the palace there are 4 pillars, supporting the pavilions, terraces, and towers which connect each other. Those fair goddesses in the towers play wonderful music with their instruments, proclaiming the truth of suffering, emptiness, impermanence, and no self. And each goddess is brilliant as well. Immeasurable celestial beings from 10 directions vow to attain rebirth at Tusita Palace. There are 5 Buddhist guardians at Tusita. The first one named Ratanakitu. Is able to produce, which transform into musical instruments in the air. These instruments play nice music automatically to please everyone. The second one, named Flower Virtue, is able to produce flowers which turn into banners with flowered canopies and cover the palace walls. The third one, named Gandhara, is able to produce sandalwood clouds which turn into colors of 100 treasures and rise slowly and revolve around the palace for 7 times. The fourth one, named Gaudete, is able to produce wish-fulfilling jewels on the banners, proclaiming the benefits of Tisarana as well as all Sudharma, to benefit those who bodhicitta. The fifth one, named Bodhisattva of Sound, is able to produce water drops from his body, each of which has infinite flowers. Young girls make melodies on every flower, which are more touching than any music. Of the demon from the 6th desire heaven, this is the Tusita, the excellent palace. To practice the 10 positive actions. Even if spend 16,800,000 years, I can never analyze all karmas of Maitreya, and those doing the 10 positive actions in detail. I just explained them briefly here. If any of the bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, or the public are not tired of samsara in 3 realms, aspire after life in Asgard, admire supreme enlightenment, and desire to be disciples of Maitreya Bodhisattva, they do not have to rush away from worries in the 3 realms, but strive to practice 5 precepts and 8 passes of fast, complete ordination and 10 positive actions. Then they should contemplate the above. Fantastic Tusita scenes. The practice and completion are correct in the way, while others are evil and fallacious. World Honored One, when will Maitreya Bodhisattva enter into nirvana and be reborn as Tusita? On February 15th of 12 years later. Maitreya Bodhisattva will pass away at his birthplace. His body will fully turn into Saturday, like a molded golden statue. There will gods at Tusita build fantastic pagoda to support his immortal Sarya. In an instant, Maitreya Bodhisattva will be reborn and sit on the lotus of a lion throne in Mani Palace of Tusita. Sitting cross-legged on the big figure, will have barely colored hair and top knot, and his body will shine like gold. He will wear a gorgeously bejeweled crown. The crown has colors of various jewels. And reflects the avatar of Buddha, Amitabha, and other bodhisattvas. All bodhisattvas from other worlds with various supernormal power dwell in Maitreya's celestial crown at will. A ray of light from the tuft of white hair between Maitreya's eyebrows shine magnificent luster. With 32 incarnations and 80 good signs, his whole body shines brilliantly. Maitreya Bodhisattva and celestial beings at Tusita, sitting on lotus thrones, preach and cultivate themselves day and night. When sitting and cultivating, the 50 billion celestial beings will never give up their will to be a Buddha. In this way, Maitreya Bodhisattva moralizes day and night, and all celestial beings at Tusita get reborn to be a Buddha. After living 5,600,000,000 years on earth. After I am gone, any of the 4 degrees of disciples who persist to aggregate will, with good deportment, clean Buddhist pagodas, often with fragrant flowers to support, or practice samatha and chant the Sutra, should be faithfully and attentively meditate the image of Maitreya Bodhisattva and chant Maitreya's title. Though they still have kinds of worries, they seem to attain 6 supernormal powers. If they can also practice short-term 8 passes of fast and Sudika Sutta and bring forth of great vows, they can immediately be reborn at Tusita after this life. Devout men, you broadly aggregate merit and virtue on earth. and is reincarnated here, at Tusita. You should vow to convert to Maitreya, the heaven master here. The light from white hair between Maitreya's eyebrows can clear 900 millions of felonies. He proclaimed extraordinary Buddha in ordinance with individual causes to firm their mental minds against giving up to be a Buddha. These who purify the actions of body, speech, and mind and enter the 6 methods of Dharma Gate will be definitely reborn at Tusita and meet Maitreya there. And will later descend to earth together with him. These are the very first beings studying Buddha Dharma. They will meet all Tathagatas and Bharakapa and Constellation Kappa and attain Vyakarana from the future Buddha. After I am gone, those who have heard the title of Maitreya Bodhisattva by fate, if willing to worship with respect and pleasure, we will be reborn at Tusita after their present lives. Even they have just heard the title of Maitreya Bodhisattva, they will not fall into dark and improvised places, or live in virtuous families. On the contrary, in harmonious families far away from despairing Tishrana. If any devout men and women who break commandments will eliminate all sins instantly. If they confess with extreme faith, as soon as they hear Maitreya's title, if any of the future sentient beings sculptures Maitreya's image after hearing this title, worships with fragrant flowers, clothing, sigan, canopies, streamers, and banners, and recites Bodhisattva's title, he will, at the end of his life, get reception from the celestial beings in Maitreya, whose white hair between eyebrows shines magnificent luster. Before raising his head when worshipping, he can hear Maitreya proclaiming Buddha Dharma. He will never give up to be a Buddha, and will meet all Tathagatas in his future life. Now please listen carefully. All sentient beings will convert to Maitreya, our future Buddha. Anyone who converts to Maitreya Bodhisattva will never give up his mind. When Maitreya becomes a Buddha, all these followers will attain Vyakarana from Buddha on the sight of Maitreya's brightness. After I am gone, any of the 4 degrees of disciples, together with heavenly beings, dragons, ghosts, who are willing to be reborn as Tusita, should meditate Maitreya's title and image. Visualize wonderful scenes at Tusita. Stick to Buddha precepts from 1 day to 7 days. Long for and practice 10 positive actions extensively. And share these merits in the presence of Maitreya and Tusita. If anyone can meet a celestial being or a lotus during the contemplation, and can extol Maitreya's title immediately, he will then get rid of 1,200 of felonies. Or even he can sleep, claps his hands when hearing Maitreya's title. His felonies of 50 kalpas will extinguish as well. Anyone who worships Maitreya Bodhisattva in respect will extinguish his felonies of 10 billion kalpas. Even though they are not reborn as Tusita, they will meet Maitreya Bodhisattva, who is preaching and cultivating under Nagata Guspa tree, and will vow to pursue Supreme Buddha's fruit. We are here vowing faithfully in the presence of Buddha that we can meet Maitreya Bodhisattva in our future lives and can ascend to Tusita heaven after present lives. You and all future sentient beings who practice good deeds and precepts will attain rebirth in the face of Maitreya and Tusita, and get perception and protection from Maitreya. Ananda listened carefully and remembered clearly. Never forget to open the door for future generations to reach Tusita heaven. So that all sentient beings will understand the truth of Buddhism and keep the way to attain enlightenment. The sutra can be named the Sutra of Maitreya.